Jerry, what's up, my guy? Good evening, kind sir. Checking in. Thank you, sir. Look at you. I appreciate that, my guy. Okay, there we go. Okay, can you hear me? Hold on. There we go. Renita, my dear, how are you? How's your day? I know you worked your butt off today. How are you? Second night without the boys. Ooh. I know you and the wifey are just happy. Can you guys hear me okay? Just trying to make sure everything is copacetic before we get started. Okay, I see. Hold on. Second night without the boys. Ooh. Are they still at their friends' houses? Okay. How was your day today, man? I know Rebecca didn't have to work tonight or today, hopefully. Oh, let me get this started. Okay, hold on 1 second. Their friend's mom is a goddamn saint. I love it. I love it. Okay. What? Ah, hey, my condolences. Thank you so much for at least checking in with this. Or tomorrow. Okay. Check with me. Renita, I'll make sure that you get everything that you need. Um, so if you have any questions on anything that I talk about or just want to chop it up about whatever we discussed, hit me up. You got my number. You know how to get in touch with me. Again, all the bestest, all the best. My condolences, best wishes, and hopefully I'll talk to you soon. Do y'all see that? You saw I made. Oh man, I gotta change that banner up. Sorry about that. Hey, we will miss you as well, man. You take care of yourself and that mental mind of yours. As long as God allows us to breathe, man, I will be here to help. What did you guys Jerry and Rebecca, what did you guys do today? Okay, I'm going to. Okay. Huh. Jerry, come on. Oh my gosh, I love it. My guy said I don't kiss and tell. I love it. I love it. What? You guys went and got it? Man, that ain't kissing and telling. Jerry, you plain nasty. Your wife busted you out. She's like, man, we went to go get some ducks. Alexis, ducks is cold for something. Jerry says I don't kiss and tell. John, good brother. How are you, kind sir? Hold on, let me. Oh, really? He really likes the. Rebecca, is that code for something? Is that are y'all talking in code? Because I'm not gonna lie to you, I feel like you're talking in code. I feel like you are. He said could be code for ducks. My little brother said I'm just chilling. Wow, she said no. Literally, we really brought home 6 ducks, 7 ducks today. Okay, that's what's up. See, I mean, you know what? If it wasn't for Jerry talking that nasty shit, we would think that you guys were literally bringing, doing other stuff doing other things at the lake. I'm just saying, you would think that that's what you guys were. That's true. You would think that's what you guys were out there doing because of Jerry. Jerry, goddamn hog you. And a loaf of sourdough bread. Hey, hold on. And had a steak dinner. Did you guys go somewhere or did you just cook it from home? Late lunch at Longhorn. Okay. Look at y'all. I love it. Yeah. And CB, I like Council Bluffs. Some people call it the meth capital state of America, but I love it. There's nothing that goes better than the Council Bluffs Hills, Longhorn, and meth. Hey, oh wow, nice. Had a gift card from my parents, students' parents left from Christmas. You said, Jerry, let's go. No kids, just me and you, 7 ducks, and some prime rib. You know what, Jerry? I think you would know. Jerry said, no, that's plastic. Really? What? Even Rebecca said, shoot. CB isn't even the meth capital of Park County. Jerry. Jerry said, no, that's Plattsmouth. Plattsmouth, I'm not going to lie to you. Mr. Jerry Bear over here is calling y'all out. That's all I'm saying. Personally, I would have said Lincoln or CB. They're adamant that it's Plattsmouth. I heard that they have a really good Chinese restaurant there. Is that true? Okay, John, don't leave us in suspense. Where is it? Which one is it? So, like I always say, there is usually a 60 to 90 second delay from what I hear and see, and from you guys as well. Excuse me, I can look on my phone to kind of see what you guys are seeing and where you guys are. But for the most part, there's usually about a 60 to 90 second delay. I'm waiting for, hold on. Okay. So apparently, Michigan, New York, Indiana, North Carolina, California, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Ohio, Florida, for every 1,000 people. Really? Hmm. Who would have thought that? Jessica, if you're wondering what we're talking about, we're talking about who loves meth the most. I was thinking that it was Council Bluffs because I love Council Bluffs. But my brother John said neither Iowa nor Nebraska. It's a meth capital. So I'm guessing it's Michigan, apparently. It tied with New York. So what? We're not even in the top 5? Council Bluffs, y'all need to get it stepped up. Come on now. Y'all need to get them pipes ready. Dude, I promise you they're gonna ban the shit out of me. Or I'm just gonna be banned from Council Bluffs in general. But I like Council Bluffs. Oh, my aunt got life smoking that shit. Well, I'm pretty sure you don't get life for smoking meth. What crime did she commit that she got some time that she got life for? Because just the drug itself, it's not going to give you life for smoking it. What crime? Hold on. Oh, yeah, I guess I probably should watch that part. Right. Okay. Well, we will. Jerry says he demands a recount. Fine. Alexa says they might ban me from live. So I'm gonna chill on the whole stuff for a little bit. Because that's a very good point. Thank you, sis. Thank you for that. Okay, so anywho, how's everybody doing? Because we're about to get her started. Can I get a hell yeah that we're ready to start? Oh, please. So John says, wow, hi. Oh. Huh. Wow. That actually happened. Okay, code words. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. That's crazy. Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. Well, from now on, we'll use we'll use glassware as code for that word. So anyway, yeah, nice. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I see why they got life for that. Good God. Oof. Okay. Well, I mean, listen, if that's what they're doing out there, okay. I don't know. Okay. Good God. Yikes. All right. So you guys about ready? Hell yeah. Can I get a hell yes, please? And then we could talk about our glassware in a little bit. Says Miss Jessica is here. Hello, dear. My boy Jerry, Rebecca, obviously, my little brother John, with the shards updates. I appreciate you, little brother. Thank you. My little sister's like, dude, you got to use code words, bro. Cool, no problem. I love using code words for certain things, so we use that. I like shards. Shards works. It reminds me of kryptonite. You know what I mean? So we use shards instead. That'll work. Okay, let's uh let's kind of get started if you guys don't mind. Alrighty. Well, thank you for the shard talk. Are you still here, Jessica? See, even Rebecca's like, hell yeah. Thank you guys. I so much appreciate that. And somebody said to me, I was talking to him, he was like, hey man, you know you don't really have that many people in your life, right? I said, yeah, I know. He said, then why do you keep doing it? I said, well, it's very simple. The problem with most people is that y'all need a whole bunch of people to get started, right? You need thousands of people to get started on something. The difference between your thousand and mine, as I said, let me ask you a question. How many legs are usually on the table, underneath the table? He said four. I said, okay. If you had 2,000 legs on a table, but you really only needed four, what are, who cares about the 2,000? He said, you know, I never thought about that. I said, so here's the thing, man. It's about the quality of the people that you have around you, not the quantity. Right? Now, YouTube cares about quantity. I only care about the quality. So hey, Yachty, so if I'm talking to people that actually want to hear what I'm talking about and actually apply some of the shit that I'm discussing, then why do I need 2,000 people if I just got the four who consistently keep doing that? I'd rather give it to them. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And if you really think about it, statistically speaking, there's only a small amount of people that will actually do what you tell them. That's it. So out of, let's say, 1,000 people, only 1% of them, matter of fact, no. Let's be fair. 10%. 10% of 1,000 will actually do what you're talking about doing. I don't know if you know that or not, but it's a very small percentage of people. Everybody else is nosy. That's just how that works. But either way, let's get started. So here's the thing. Sometimes, first and foremost, today's topic is about boundaries and 8 quick ways to reestablish our boundaries. Yesterday we talked about that this isn't love anymore, and I kept referring to the word boundaries because it's mainly because of the boundaries that we have or don't have is the reason why we allow people to walk all over us. So sometimes we let our boundaries aside for love, peace, or just to avoid conflict. But the truth is that when we abandon our boundaries, we abandon our values and our personalities that go along with it. So boundaries are not just about shutting people out; they're about keeping yourself whole. You're allowed to change the rules, evolve your limits, and redefine what access looks like for you. It's not about betrayal of connection. It's about return to yourself. And that's kind of that's why I keep looking at the camera because I wrote this. And again, going back to that, it's not about, it's not about impeding your stuff on somebody else. It's about you taking charge of who you are, knowing where your limit is, and then sticking to that. So if you're interested in hearing the rest, wait a couple seconds and we, ladies and gentlemen, will get started after this quick, brief message. Oh, please. Here we go. Welcome back, ladies and gents. I appreciate you being here. As always, like I tell you guys what I've been saying it for the last couple days, there is a 60 to 90-second delay on what I see and what I hear. So I will consistently um bring you guys' comments to the forefront if you say something to me. Um Jerry's most one personality shake out. And yes, what Rebecca is referring to is that I made a friend of mine was talking about you don't have a lot of people in your life, and I told him for me is it's about quality, not quantity of people that you have, especially if you're giving away a particular service to help people, and if you have thousands of people listening, but only 4 people are doing it, I'd rather keep those 4 all day long. Just saying. And again, we're just getting started. So, and that's what I told him is that that's the reason why a lot of people don't continue to keep going with their dream goal or aspiration is because they wanted to just, as soon as you hit play, they just want to go, right? They just want to hit the brake or hit the gas and just get all of these people. But here's the thing. If and when nobody knows who you are, who gives a shit? You got to crawl before you walk, right? That's how that works. So, but I'm here now. So either pay attention and step up and come hang out with us or not. Either way, I'm still going to be here no matter what. So whether I have 1, 6, 4, or 3,000, I'm still going to be here at least for the next 84 days. Huh? I mean, as long as God allows me to breathe and keep doing all this stuff, whatever, I'll still be here. But if I'm dead, then that's kind of all she wrote, isn't it? All right, so let's kind of get started from here. Hold on. So again, like I said, there's about a 60 to 90-second delay in anything that I see or hear. Throw your comments up. I'll throw them up so everybody else can see them. So let's get started. My name is Fearless Cummings. I am a certified life coach with 23 years of experience. My job on this thing, I don't even know, is this a podcast? Is this a show? My channel, I'll just say channel. We all know it as a channel. It's to give you some tools, techniques, and strategies to help you for your dreams, goals, aspirations, and or problems. The warning is because I can sometimes be a bit offensive. So if you need somebody to coddle you, if you don't like profane language, if you don't like the way that I say or do certain things, you are more than welcome to swipe left and keep it pushing. I'm not going to change who I am, just like some of you are not going to change who you are. That's okay by me. But if you're willing to do the work, if you're willing to take some accountability, and you're okay being around a ragtag of misfits, and pull up, you'll be good at right on that home. All right, let's get started. So today, man, I didn't even did I even create the other one? Okay, here, hold on. Hold on. Sorry about that. Let me recap. So last night we talked about the seven subtle signs that it's not love anymore. And that was part one. First one was constant confusion. And this is what other people are doing to us. Constant confusion, one sided effort, disrespect disguised as jokes, inconsistency, control, not care, you shrinking to keep the peace, and then gaslighting. We don't need to go all into it because you already know. You were here with me yesterday as we talked about it. If you have any more problems or whatever, hopefully today we can talk about the solutions to these things. And as I kept alluding to yesterday, it's mainly about boundaries that we have and or the lack of. So today we are talking about the seven quick ways to establish your personal boundaries, part two. So this is reestablishing boundaries. And I say that because I think that we start off having boundaries, and then as time progresses on, we get real lax on them. So we allow somebody to talk to you any kind of way. We allow people to get away with shit that we ordinarily wouldn't, or whatever. So I think that we just kind of lax and lax and lax till you actually have none whatsoever. So when we're talking about reestablishing our boundaries, we're saying, you know what, I've let you get away with this shit long enough. No more. This is where we are today, right? At first, and I had to redo this because I wrote one that was just about setting your boundaries. But then I'm like, no, 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 that's not going to work because if you're in a relationship for the most part, it's not about setting the boundaries. Sometimes it's about reestablishing your boundaries. Because, like I said, most of us are already in them. You're already in the thick of shit. So now we have to reestablish it, right? So here's a quick, quick cheat sheet of where we are today. Um, and so we're going to talk about revisiting what you actually want, which we talked about that before. Using I statements, not accusations. Silence, not strength. Speaking up. Stop over explaining yourself. Limit repeated access to violators. Man, I'm telling you, that's a doozy. Number 6, check your people pleasing habits. That's a big one, right? And number 7, create some time boundaries. And then obviously, if you stay to the end, I have one that's not on here. Okay, so tell me you guys to say hell yes, I'm ready. Copy. Like I always say, ladies and gentlemen, there's usually a 60 to 90-second delay. Look at that. Miss Jody was the first one out the gate. She said, hell yeah, I'm ready. How are you feeling, Miss Jody? Are you okay? I know that you weren't with us last night. You weren't feeling well. How are you? How are you feeling? You're very much welcome. You're very much welcome. All right. So, like I always say when we get started, I've been saying this. I think for the last 15 times that repetition is key. Anything worth knowing, learning, teaching or understanding revolves around this one word, which is repetition, right? Everything that we do revolves around it. Okay. Good, bad, or indifferent, you it stays with you because we're so consistent at it. So again, like I always start off with, I'm gonna tell you what I don't do versus what I will do. Number one, I'm not here to motivate you because you don't need it. Number two, I'm not here to coddle you or sugarcoat anything because again, you don't need that either. We're not here to give false positive feedback telling you that hey, you showed up, you're doing a great job. No, if you're not doing the work, I'm not gonna positively give you good shit on that. Do the work. Then you'll get some credit, some cute kudos for that. Number four, I'm not here to fix you because you're not broken, bent, cracked a little bit, but we all are. But you're not broken. So what am I here to do? Give you some tools, techniques, strategies, good stuff that actually works. And if it doesn't, let me know and we'll figure out something that works for you. Number two, give you a personal code. And we're going to be discussing this probably within the next week or so. You guys are going to love that shit, I promise you. Number three, to challenge your perspective, but not your self worth. You personally are priceless. There is no price to you, but your shit goals and some of the beliefs that you have, unfortunately, they got to get checked. Okay. Number four, I'm here to hold you accountable, just like I hope that you would do for me. Okay. That's how this works. All right. So today, congratulations again for joining me on day 16. Again, ladies and gentlemen, we got 84 more of these things to go. When I said that I was going to do this for 100 days, I was not joking. Like I told my best friend, Jessica, I'm sure whether, regardless of other people show up, I'm showing up. We were talking about this today, and I told her about how crazy my day was. And she's like, dude, this is your show. This is your thing. If you need to start at 8:45, start at 8:45. I would love to, though. But again, punctuality is something big for me. If we say we're going to do something at one time, you do it at that time. Unless you cannot do it because you physically are unable to do it. Whether we're ready or not, I start. Period. Okay? If I was sitting in my car, I'm going live. If it's 8:30, I'm going live. Don't matter where I'm at. Okay? But either way, these are free trainings, free coaching, free Q&A. This is what we're here for. No matter what, we move. So here's the thing. Let's go into our next thing. What is this called? 7 quick ways to reestablish personal values. Part 2. Like I said, part 1 is about being around just shitty people, right? That could care less about anything you got going on. This right here is reestablishing, which you've already established before. We're just reestablishing it. You got me? It's kind of like a quagmire. All right, so without further ado, please, ladies and gentlemen, go grab a pen, a pad, or whatever you need to focus. Snacks, drinks, because we're going to talk about your dreams, goals, aspirations, problems, and or curiosity. But none of it matters if you don't write it down. Okay? Write it down. Look at my shit. Look at me. All right? I got a whole booklet here of shit that I write down constantly. Come on. If you're like anything like my friend Jessie doesn't like that. She likes to swipe. Hold on, I gotta move this up. Give me a second. She doesn't like the write. She likes to swipe. So for I put that up there for Jessie. All right, that's another one of our friends. I don't know if she'll be here tonight, but she is with us in spirit. Okay, I think I already touched on this one. All right, let's keep going. Accountability. Again, we repeat a lot. Why? Because you need to have this shit. You got to know it constantly. We're going to always talk about this stuff. Every day that I see you, we will talk about this. Oh, please. See, again, I really need to get in the habit of drinking that tea. Tomorrow, Jessica, please remind me to go get some chamomile tea. I will get it. I will have it here. I will drink it as I'm doing this, okay? Just remind me of it. Accountability, the state of being answerable, liable, and responsible. By the next 100 days, if y'all still with me, y'all gonna know this shit like the back of your hand. And then you're also gonna see when people take responsibility, hold themselves accountable, and when they do not. You're gonna know this shit so well, it's gonna be nasty. Answerable, because we don't blame nobody. We there ain't no excuses, and we don't accept them either. Okay? If I say I'm gonna be here at 8:30, I'm gonna be here at 8:30. Okay? Doesn't matter. Get started. Unless my phone, like I said, if it's outside of my control, then I can't do what I do. But if it's within my control, I'm here at 8:30. Okay? Number 2, liable. Keep your fucking word. If you say you're gonna do something, do it. That's it. And then responsibility is being actionable, which means you got to do something. Okay? Responsibility, the state of being answerable for what's within your control. Knowing and understanding this of where it starts and stops, that's your shit. Know where your responsibility starts and know where it ends. That's on you. But our job is to understand that our actions, energy, attitude, choices, and emotions are ours. Okay? Anytime somebody's around you and they want to control one of those things, you're going to know that that person's an asshole and to stay the fuck away from them. Okay? We talked about that yesterday. All right, so like anything else, please, ladies and gentlemen, ask as many questions as possible. Participate as much as you possibly can. You know what I mean? Ask anything. It doesn't matter what it is. Okay? I mean, that's what I'm here for. Coaching, training, Q&A, right? Again, like I said before, everything that we do is about repetitive action. It's everything constantly. And whether you're allowing people to walk all over you or you're taking some accountability of yourself and for yourself, it all takes repetition, all of it. So you're not going to get it on the first try, and that's okay. Are you going to fuck up? Yes. Matter of fact, for those of you, I want you to say, I'm not perfect. Just write that up there before we get started. I want you to write, I'm not perfect. Just put that in the chat. Just put that in the comment. I'm going to put it up as soon as you do that. Okay? I want you to write, I'm not perfect. Just write that up there. Matter of fact, here, let me see if I can do it first. I think that it's going to pop up a few times, but I'm going to do it. Let's see if it pops up there for me. Okay. See that? Look at that. I went first. Okay. You can't have somebody do something if you ain't willing to do it yourself. Can you see that? There you go. See mine? I am not perfect. The Trial and Error Show. I am not perfect. My little brother. I'm far from perfect. My beautiful Miss Yachty. I am not perfect, fearless. I'm not perfect. Y'all, if you ever meet Yachty, oh my God. Listen, Yachty is married, okay? But I am not hitting on this woman. I'm just telling you. Yachty is the best smelling human being I have ever had the pleasure of knowing. I have said this before. Her husband knows. I tell him when she's around, dude, oh my God, your wife smells amazing. That is not cold. She seriously smells amazing. Oh my God. She is like the perfect smelling person I have ever met. Ever met. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm just saying, Jessica, are you here? Can you please validate? Can you vouch for that's taste the olfactory beautification of how Yachty smells? Can you please validate what I'm saying? Because I don't want people thinking that I'm being weird up here. Jessica, please state how good this woman smells. And she smells differently every time you see her. Every time you meet her, she smells different. But it's always the best smell you've ever smelled. I'm telling John, I know. John, look at my brother's head. My brother's like, bro, come on, man, you're being weird. I'm just saying, you I Jessica, please get on here and tell people. Oh my god, because now it looks like I'm being weird. Now it looks like I'm being weird. So, Yachty, please tell people I'm not being weird. I'm being weird. But she seriously smells amazing. Like, no joke. Like we were just talking about this not long ago, and I think she was saying something about possibly doing creating her own perfume or something. I'm like, dude, oh my god, yes. 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 I've never been to this woman's house, and I can only imagine walking in there smells amazing. That's all I'm saying. Fine, John. I'm just saying. Dude, where's everybody at? I don't know. Anyway, all right, let's get started. So, repetition, like I said, is key. Let me get off my weirdness. Repetition is key. Anything, again, worth knowing, teaching, and understanding revolves around this one word. I'm gonna ask Jerry because Jerry's like Jerry's my right hand in this thing. Jerry, how many times do we need to do something in order for it to become habitual? How many times do we need to do it before it becomes automatic? It's just something that we are. How many times? You tell me, I'll put it up there. Now, again, don't look down at the second thing or whatever, because then you're going to see that I already have it out there, but still. There he is. Thank you, sir. And like I said, ladies and gentlemen, everything that we do on here, unfortunately, is about a 60 to 90-minute wait from the time that I see it to the time that I can respond. So please bear with me on that. But yes, sir. Yes, you're right. 20 to 90 times. And it usually takes about 66 to 90 days. If we're doing this from a day standpoint, for something to become habitual, for something to become automatic to the point where we don't even need to think about it. Okay? Without further ado, let's get started. 7 quick ways to reestablish personal boundaries. All right. So, number 1, revisit what you actually want. You got to get quiet and ask, what feels off about this situation? What feels off about this person? What feels off about me? Like I said, all of this revolves around you first. Like I told you guys before, anytime I fuck up or anytime somebody has done something shitty to me, the first person I check is myself. I don't look to see, hey man, why is this person doing this to me? First thing I look at is, what am I doing to attract this? What have I done to reap this? First thing that pops out of my mouth, right? Boundaries require clarity, not conflict. So when you are telling a person, listen, man, I don't want this, you need to actually understand what it is that you want versus what you don't want. Okay? You can't reinforce what you haven't defined. That's why it's so important. And please write this shit down. Take a picture because it's very important. Again, you can always rewatch it or I'll tell you about it later. And we have our cheat sheet, so don't even trip. But really get those notes in there because this is that shit that, again, I'm always talking about. You got to define what it is that you want. Set the intention, or you may have to reset it, and that's okay too. Reset, reset your boundaries. There's nothing wrong with that. If milk expires, you're going to expire. That's how things work in life. Nothing remains the same. Hey, go ahead, bro. I don't. Yes, that's fine. All right, man. I'll see you in a little bit, sir. Right. So again, though, we can't reinforce what we haven't defined. Right. So define that shit. Know what you want. Okay. Number two, use I statements instead of accusations. I statements. I'm drained. I feel drained today. It's different than blaming somebody else. But again, if you take accountability, blaming somebody else ain't even in your repertoire no more. That shit's out. Right? Now, I may be able to tell a person, hey, man, this is what you're responsible for. You're not blaming him. You're again setting what I am responsible for versus what you're responsible for. There ain't nothing wrong with drawing the line and letting people know my responsibility stopped here. This is where yours starts. There's nothing wrong with that. And again, that's a part of your boundaries. Drawing that line. Stay on your side of the street. Again, you're drawing the line of responsibility. That's all we're doing. We're not telling anybody that we don't fuck with you no more. We're just telling you, like, hey, man, this is where I'm at. This is what I need to do. But my guy, this is where you need to be. Right? Clarity without combat. What does that mean? I mean, state your truth peacefully. You can tell a person, listen, man, this ain't what I'm into. I'm cool on that. I don't want this anymore. Right? You don't have to be a dick about it. Just say, listen, I've been doing some soul searching. This ain't for me no more. I appreciate everything that you've done for me up until right now, but right now, I'm okay. I think I'm good. When I talked about the incident yesterday with me talking to my aunt about, she's thinking I'm defaming Airlight Plastic. No, I didn't talk. I'm not talking shit about them. I'm talking about my experience within myself and how I felt. Okay, I was using I statements. I never blamed them for anything. As far as I'm concerned, they're a pretty good company, just not for me. Their values didn't align with mine. What they do didn't align with who I am. So, like magnets, that shit's not going to work. And I was only there for the paycheck. Okay, and it wasn't even that much. Huh, please. Number three, silence isn't strength. Speak up. And one of the things that I love, I have a good friend, a big time Christian, but amazing woman. And one of the things that I tell her is that even Jesus had the opportunity to say something. Even Jesus had the opportunity to say something. He didn't take it, and that's on him. Which I think I think we have one or two other ones where we're going to kind of talk about that, which I like that one. But don't expect people to guess what your limits are. Like I said before, you got to tell them what they are. And if you don't tell them, you can't expect for them to follow them. People are not mind readers. Okay, please make sure y'all writing this shit down. Closed mouths don't set boundaries. Think about that. You can keep your mouth closed, but a closed mouth don't set boundaries. You have to tell people what you want and then stand on that. And here's the thing, you're going to get tested. We have that in there too, but you're going to get tested. Unfortunately, that's just how this shit works. Let me ask you guys, how many of you, and let me get a hell yeah, had somebody Has somebody tested your boundaries? After you set them, after you were clear about them. How many, let me get a hell yeah, that somebody was a habitual line stepper, as Charlie Murphy put it. Here, I'll go first. See that? I'll go first. Trial and Error Podcast. Yep. Yachty, there you are. What the hell? I'm sitting there bigging you up. You don't even say shit. You got me out here looking weird and shit. I'm talking about how good you smell to everybody, and you go silent. Man, dude, you got me looking weird around here. But thank you, Miss Yachty, for at least joining this particular conversation, ma'am. Good grief. She said y'all look at this. She said I got shy. She said I got shy. There's nothing wrong with smelling good, ma'am. Nothing. She'll be laughing now. Thank you, Jerry. Hell yes. There are people that are just habitual line steppers. That's how that happens. Like, your voice is your protection. That's your shield. Sometimes you got to tell these motherfuckers to step back. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? But you got to say something. You got to open your mouth. Stop over-explaining yourself. I want y'all to go straight to the bottom. You have the right to remain silent. That is not just a law. That is a goddamn right. That is a human right. That's better than a civil right. That is a human right. You don't have to say anything. You can just sit there like this. You can just look at a person. You ain't got to talk. Like I said before, no, you can say no. Like I wrote here, no is a full sentence. No. No means no. Hey, what happened over there? I need an explanation. No, you don't. I'm late. Sorry. Let's move on. We're not going to move on until you get. No, you don't need to know. I said no. Right? You don't have to explain everything. Boundaries aren't debates. You don't get to say no and then debate why you say no. No means no. Doesn't it? You don't have to say no, I'm on my period. You don't have to say no, I'm not attracted to you. You don't have to say no and then give an explanation. No means no. But that's for anything. Is it not? Let go of the need of approval. Right? We do that shit a lot too. We're always hoping and waiting for somebody to give us approval. Right? I used to do that all the time, constantly. We do that with our family. We do that with our parents. We do that with friends. We're waiting for somebody to give us approval, to give us merit. Because otherwise we feel like shit if we don't get it. I was just talking to a friend of mine this morning. She wasn't invited to a party and she felt the way about that. Really felt the way. You know? And she's like, man, I don't know what it was. I knew what it was. She just wasn't invited. Everybody else, all of her other friends were invited, but she wasn't. This woman's 41, 42 years old and still felt that way. And here's the thing, you know, I asked her, I said, did that lady tell you why she didn't invite you to a party? She said no. I mean, but technically, if people gonna feel however they feel. You don't have to keep explaining it. Number 5, limit repeated access to the violators. Patterns reveal priorities. Jerry, how many times does a How many times does something need to happen for it to be a pattern? You too, Yachty. How many times does something happen for it to be a pattern? How many times? Thank you, Jerry. 3 times. Three. 3 times. 3 times for something to be a pattern. We know that. But here's the thing, patterns reveal your priorities. Priorities are attached to your values. Your values are usually what you do on a constant basis. So if these people are consistently repeated violators to you, and they keep doing the same shit day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, they're telling you that's how I feel about you. And the fact that you don't say anything tells me that it's okay. Because if you didn't like it, I wouldn't be doing it. You'd have stopped that shit early on. Or, like I said, oh, here we, for God damn. Look at it. Good God. Yes. Yes. That, that's what I'm talking. That's what I'm talking about. Right there. Thank you, sir. Yes. First time it's an event. Second time it's noteworthy. Third time it's a fucking pattern. It's not the first time. It's or the second. It's the third. Right? Thank you, Jerry. Protect your peace by reducing your exposure to these people. What does that mean? It means stay the fuck away from them if you have to, or if you can. But what happens if you can't stay away from them? Right? See, that's something that some life coaches and other motivational speakers don't ever talk about. Just get away from them. So, but what if you can? What if this repeated violator is a mother, is a father, is a brother, is a sister, caretaker, somebody who lives directly with you? You know what I'm saying? Well, thank you, sir. Fuck yes. Right? What happens if it's somebody who lives close to you? Then what do? Right? You can always ignore, but you can only do that shit for so long. You can always go to another part of the house, but what if you live in a studio apartment? You can always go outside. What if it's cold outside? What if it's hot? What if it's raining? What if it's blizzarding? Boundaries are for thank you, Jerry. Boundaries are for everyone. Sometimes you can't walk away. Sometimes you got to tell people exactly what it is. Distance, what does that say? Distance is a decision, not drama. You can tell people, listen, man, I don't want to be here right now. Okay, can I just get some time? Can I go take a walk? To go to the bathroom, lock the door. Some shit, sometimes 5 minutes of distance can be that, can mean peace or fucking prison. Go get some peace. I mean, unless you like prison, I mean, then fuck it, have at 'em. Like I said, I'm not going to kiss your ass, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, for those of you who are new, because I see some people coming in, Fearless Cummings here, host and certified life coach. Been coaching for about 23 years. I'm here to give you some keys for, I say keys, like what the fuck am I talking about? Tools, tips, strategies for your dreams, goals, and aspirations, and or problems. Today we are dealing with 7 quick ways to reestablish your personal boundaries. Stay if you want, fuck off if you need. Okay, hold on. Yep. Okay, so number 6. Check your people pleasing habits. Check that shit. What do I mean by that? You don't have to be agreeable to be accepted. You ain't got to agree with everybody. You can be like, hey man, thank you for XYZ, but I don't agree with that. Man, you know how many people I meet on a constant basis? They're like, man, I don't agree with what you're talking about. Perfect. I love that. So what do you what do you think about this thing over here? Jessica disagrees with me constantly. Constantly. And then either A, I can explain it off, or B, she's like, nah, I'm good on that. That's not how I see things. Okay, cool. And I'll leave it at that. You know, you don't always have to be agreeable. Period. That's okay. Respect doesn't come from shrinking. It doesn't come from walking around on eggshells around people. Some people might actually respect you because you don't agree with them. And I think that's what makes a great leader. Not a good manager, a good leader. Because a leader is somebody who understands that, man, I ain't perfect. And I'm very flawed. And somebody else may have a way better disposition on certain things or a better way of doing things than I do. A leader is a person who's always staying open. Okay? That's what they're doing. That's it. Yadi has said on so many different occasions, fearless, like, you're not a manager, you're a leader. And I so appreciate that. Like that touches my heart when she says that or whatever. Um, but that's not my objective. My objective is to give as much as I possibly can, however it may be, right? So if she has an idea, I'm like, hey man, that sounds great. Let's try it out. Or I might say, nah, I've done that before, or that's not really the direction that I want to go in. She's like, okay, cool. I just thought I'd ask, or I just thought I'd throw it out there. Same thing. Jessica will try the same thing or say the same thing, right? Same thing. You don't have to be agreeable to be accepted, okay? And it doesn't mean that you have to shrink, right? Pleasing people shouldn't cost you anything. Pleasing people should not be costing you shit. That's all I'm saying, right? Again, man, check that shit, right? If trying to please another person is killing your integrity, is killing your character, or is killing your values, it's questioning your beliefs in a negative way, then what are we doing? Well, what are we doing? No, walk away. Shut that shit down. Shut it down. Go silent. Number one, shut the fuck up and think. Matter of fact, if I can sum this up, this whole entire thing up, be 6 words. Shut the fuck up and think. Or think before you do. Think before you talk. Shut the fuck up and just think. Because sometimes you talk first and then you think, no, 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 no. Calm yourself. Think about what's going on and then speak. That's how you stop that people pleasing shit. That's how you stop people from just stepping all over you. Be calm. You got to calm yourself first. And it may not seem like, hold on. It may not seem like I'm a calm individual, but I very much am. I will go into myself. I'll be quiet. I'll observe everything going on, and then I'll speak. Once I've scanned the room, then I can talk. Because now I know what I'm talking about. Right? How many agree with that? Say hell yeah. Keep him shut the fuck up and think. How many of y'all can go by that from now on? How about we ask that? How many of you are okay with doing that? Shut the fuck up and think. Say hell yes. Hell yeah. That's all we're asking. Matter of fact, hold on, let me go first. I'll write it in there first. Okay, let me go ahead and put my stuff up. My hell yeah. Right? Oh, here we go. My boy Jerry got me. The Trial and Error podcast got me. Thank you. Miss Mackey, goddamn. I haven't heard from. Wow. And then y'all, Jessica, where have you been? You didn't say shit when I was in here talking about the way Miss Yachty smells. You went goddamn ghost on me. Will you please valid? See again, there we go. People pleasing. God damn, I don't care. I don't want to look weird. Tell these people how good Yachty smells. Thank you. I'm just saying, you guys need to be around her. She says I keep getting out of. That's fine. Just text it. God damn. Tell these people how good she smells. I told Yachty to do it, but Yachty's like, I'm shy. That's crazy. She's like, I'm shy. I've never known Yachty to be shy. Never. Miss Yachty walked into my store one day. I know I've told this before. She walked into my store one day, didn't know me from a can of boob. From a can of boob. I don't know what that looks like, but I love to see a can of boob. She walks in and starts chopping it up, her and her husband. She's like, are you guys hiring? I'm like, I don't think so. Come back Friday. I think it was like Wednesday. I ain't gonna lie to you. I hope she didn't show up. But she showed up and she's been in my life ever since. Been in my life ever since. Can I get a yes, that happened, Yachty? Can you at least say that for me? Good God. Rebecca, I don't even see you. Where you at? Is Rebecca here, Jerry? Or is she sleeping in? Thank you, Yachty. Thank you. Yep, I figured she was. Because I haven't heard her in a little bit. You know what? I'm not even going to lie to you. Women have told me that my voice puts them to sleep. Swear to God. Swear to God. Not dudes, because I don't really talk to men like that. But women have said that to me. Thank you, Yachty, for at least saying that happened. Thank you. Jessica, it says that you're watching. Will you please state how good Yachty smells? Will you please put that up there? I've asked you thrice now. Thrice. About the amazing smell of Miss Yadira. Please. Thrice. Okay, number 7. Create some bounds. Sorry. Jesus fucking Christ. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Jessica. Yes. Miss Yachty smells. Do you see that, y'all? So now you see that I am not being weird. She smells amazing. And this is coming from a woman, not a guy, a woman saying this. Yes, she smells amazing at all times. Anytime you're around her, she smells delightful, like heavenly. She smells what I would imagine God's underarms when he holds me would smell like. She smells like Jesus. I believe she smells like Jesus. I don't know what Jesus smells like, but I would assume she smells like Jesus. I'm not even a Christian, but I assume that Jesus would smell like that. I'm just saying. Thank you, Yachty, for your smell. Anyway, so guard your schedule like it's sacred. Guard your schedule. Yachty is an armpit. Yes, Yachty is the armpit of God. Yachty is the armpit of God. That's all I'm saying. After a fresh shower, whew, I can only imagine what baby Jesus smells like. Baby Jesus, baby Yachty, baby Yoda, baby Yachty. Oh my God, Jesus, she smells so good. It's crazy. I'm gonna stop though, because now it's getting weird. Either way, so I'll praise Yachty smell. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. Okay, so I'm available between is very powerful. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. This shit just be coming to me when I write it. I have yet to use that one. But I'm going to. I'm going to. I am available between the hours. Actually, you know what? No. Yes, I have. Yes. Matter of fact, funny enough, I have to say this to professionals. I usually don't say this to friends or family. Actually, I think I've said this to John before. Hmm. But I usually say this on a professional level because with them, I'm very straight across the board when it comes to my boundaries. Like we could talk at this time, we could do this at that time. That's it. Okay, that's it. That's it. I'm available between this time. That's very powerful. Every yes to others is a no to yourself. And I'm still learning that, and I'm still learning how to deal with that. Every yes to somebody else is a no to yourself. Again, ladies and gentlemen, please write that down. Take a picture of that because it's so important. Every yes to somebody else is a no to yourself. You gotta know that. You gotta remember it. Remember it. You have to remember it. Remember. Remember. Okay, so hold on. Hold on. All right, so we are done with the first seven. And here's again. Hold. This right here again is our cheat sheet. This right here is our cheat sheet. This is our cheat sheet. Like we talked about before, revisit what you actually want. Know what you want, ladies and gentlemen, because some of y'all act like you do, but you don't. Let's keep it real. Use I statements. I'm tired. I feel exhausted. I'm whatever statement that we had before, right? I don't feel that this is beneficial for me. Now don't be accusatory. Take accountability on that. Silence is not a strength. Speak up. Oh my God, he was so strong and stoic. That's so crazy to me how people think that stoics were quiet. They were not at all. That's almost like saying that Jesus was a very stoic and very quiet man. But yet instead, the scripture says something totally different. The scripture says that he went to the synagogue and started flipping shit over, and he was going batshit crazy. I'm not saying that. The scripture says that. The scripture says when he went up on that mountain to start speaking to people, he had to yell that shit. You can't just be talking and then say everybody and their mama gonna hear you. You gotta speak with gusto, homie. Just saying. Number 4, stop over explaining yourself to people. You either get it or you don't. And sometimes, man, the more you explain, the more you sound like a liar. Although you could be telling the fucking truth. Just saying. Limit repeated access to violators. These are those people who don't give two shits about your boundaries. Try your best to limit your access to them. Okay? No is still a full sentence, a full word sentence. Okay? No still means no. Get the fuck away from me. It's okay to say that. Minus the fuck. But sometimes a well placed fuck will get people to move. Okay? It'd be different if you were sitting around saying, "Excuse me, pardon me, could you go to another room?" As opposed to get the fuck away from me. Go to another room. See what I mean? Just saying. Number 6, check your people pleasing habits. Get off that shit. Get off that. Because if you don't stop doing that, they just gonna keep walking all over you. They gonna think that that shit's okay to do that to you. Why? Because you ain't never checked them on it. And that's cool if you don't like checking people. That's okay. Personally, what I eat ain't gonna make you shit. But my job is to give you some tools, techniques, and skill to help you to avoid some of this stuff, right? My job is I'm just here to help. Either take it or don't. I'm cool with it. Either way, I know what I'm gonna be doing. I know what the people around me will be doing because we're gonna hold each other accountable for this. No still means no. Okay. Number 7, create time boundaries. Like I said, I'm still dealing with that one myself. I will see you between this time and that time. That's amazing. That's amazing. I was so busy today. I have gotten so many phone calls and texts that I tried to get to everybody that I could, but I couldn't. I hit Jessica back. I hit up another person, but then I had another person hit me up earlier who wanted to come through. But myself and my buddy, we were working on my bike the whole time. You know what I'm saying? We had all kind of shit going on. Then I had to step off of that and get back to work. So I had no time to really respond to anybody. All right? Unfortunately, that shit happens. Now, when I'm done with this, I'm going to call those people back, apologize, and, kind of go from there. But yeah, that shit sucks sometimes, all right? I'm just saying it. So here's a bonus. Write this down. Stick to it. Take a pick. Stick to the reset, even if it's awkward. The discomfort is temporary. The peace is lasting. Like I told you before, you're not perfect. You're not going to get this up on the first try. It's going to happen, and that's okay. You're going to fuck up. That's okay. Remember what I told you before, there's a whole learning curve in this shit. Where do most people stop? Either before they start or right in the middle, right before that pattern, right before that goal, right before they that aha moment sets hold on them. That's usually when they stop. Now that you know that, okay, no, we don't have to go that way. We don't have to go that route. We could choose to do something different, right? You now know that. And here's the thing, doing anything new, it's going to be uncomfortable. This is my 16th episode, and guess what? I'm still a little nervous right before we go on. I'm still a little nervous. But can I tell you what my secret is? I'm going to tell you what my secret is. I do it anyway. That's my secret. I do it anyway. You'd be surprised how many things I'm scared to do, but I do it anyway. But for this here, y'all, this took me years. And one day, again, and I still have this thing here sitting here, and that's what motivates me. 15 pieces, 15 days, 15 minutes. Live at 8:30 to 10. Keep it simple. I'm scared as fuck to do a lot of things. I just do it anyway. Like, listen to me. I'm scared to do a bunch of stuff. I'm nervous. My heart starts beating fast. My breaths become erratic. I know that excitement. And I know, hold on, sorry about that, guys. I know that excitement and I know that anxiousness resemble each other. I know that they do. They look very familiar. I do it anyway. Now I just take that step. I jump off that ledge grow my wings on the way down. I have a whole studio in my other room, a whole studio that is I was about to say specifically uh for what I'm doing right now. I barely even use it because I feel more comfortable right here with my backing, all that stuff or whatever. I could go in there and do it in there, but it's just something like I got both of my screens right here. I have another computer over here. I love this. I love it. And now I'm like, what took me so goddamn long? Fear, anxiety, me being in my mind. Like I said, I still get nervous. I just do it anyway. Okay? Old habits challenge those new boundaries. It's going to happen. Your old habits may challenge your new boundaries. It's going to happen. More than setting your boundaries for other people, you got to set them for yourself. Like I told you before, everything starts with you first. So your boundaries got to be set with you first. Right? If you're not going to do it for yourself, or if you're not going to do it for others, you got to do it for you first. You first. Your dreams, goals, aspirations have to come first on that. But that also means your boundaries have to come first too. That line that you make in that proverbial ground, you can't overstep that. Because once you overstep it, it's going to be okay for other people to overstep that shit too. That happens, right? You got to set those boundaries. It's important. Hey, what's going on, Angie? Right? You got to set those boundaries. And the way to set them is the last thing here, which is your reinforcement builds respect. What does that mean? That means you teach people how to treat you. Period. Period. You teach people how to treat you. So if you look at it, I'm going to go back to what we talked about before. We're almost done. Give me a minute. That constant confusion. Again, you taught somebody to confuse everything. That one-sided effort. You let somebody treat you, or you consistently kept doing something while you let that other person slide on shit. That's what this is. Disrespect disguised as jokes. That slide talk, talking out the side of their mouth. You've allowed this so much that they think that it's cool to talk to you like this, right? Inconsistency. They're inconsistent with you because you're inconsistent with you. Control, not care. You don't care about your boundaries. Why should they care about your boundaries? What are you in control of? You know what you're in control of. Now they want to be in control of what you're in control of. That's another quagmire, right? You shrinking to keep the peace. They can stomp loud and big because they know you ain't gonna do shit. Sorry. What? Do you get to think? Am I wrong? Think about when people walk all over you. They like it when you're cut it off in the corner. They like it when you don't say anything. They love that. Miss Yachty watched me kind of go through a lot of that when she first started at my company. There ain't no punk in me. There ain't no coward in me. But again, I'm just trying to keep the peace. But keeping the peace means having to swallow my pride on bullshit. Because if it was any other situation, I'd have been snatched their hats and handed it back to them. That's how I get down. But the one thing that I had to remember is that it wasn't just me, and that the people around me were watching how I handle things. And if you see your leader, if you see your manager, if you see your parents doing things a particular way, you're going to think that shit's okay. Right? I'm just saying, gaslighting, right? Letting you letting gaslighting and guilt tripping you. Again, when you understand where your boundaries are Ain't no guilt tripping. Ain't no gaslighting. Because you know what you are. You know how this goes. Are you wrong? Yes, you could be wrong. You're okay with that. But guilt tripping people, you're gonna understand exactly what they're doing. And at that point, you can call them out on it. I don't like the way I'm being treated right now. I don't like the way you're talking to me. I appreciate you saying that, Miss Shotty. Regardless of the bullshit that was happening in my company, I always said positive stuff about everybody else. Always. I never had a nasty word about nobody else. Although Mijati can see because you're a human being. Can see the anger and the heartbreak, the upsetness, the frustration on my face. Can see it. Again, if it was anything else, man, I'd have been love to go to war with him. But I don't want people seeing everything like that. That's stupid. Black people, we already have the stigma about us in general about not getting along with each other, about being cutthroat, about being Judases around each other. I don't want to be like that. So I held back. I didn't say nothing. And I'm still not saying anything. But understanding who I am allowed me to draw the line in the sand. I'm good on that. Thank you. This right here, with what we're doing, this is what I'll do for the rest of my life. So if my day were to be done here tomorrow, if my day, thank you, dear. If my day were to be my last day or tomorrow, I got to do exactly what I wanted to do for the rest of my life doing this. Giving you guys these tools, tips, and strategies. Okay. So let me ask. Okay, so my final thoughts. Let me go into this. Let me see if I wrote anything for this. Let me see. Actually, I don't think I did. Actually, hold please. I think I did. Give me a second. I think I wrote something. I did. There you go. So when you reestablish your boundaries, you're not being difficult, you're being clear. And clarity is one of the highest forms of love that one can give to oneself and others. So today I'm asking you and begging you to choose peace over pleasing other people. I'm asking you to use clarity over chaos and self respect over silent suffering. Because at the end of the day, you are all you have. That concludes this segment. I got to look at the time to see where I'm at. Hold on, let me make sure. What? And I did it in an hour 30. What? We are the champions, my friends. Do, do. And I don't know if I can actually keep singing the rest or I'll get in trouble for that. You know what? You know what's so crazy is that we live in a society that you can't even sing another person's song without somebody suing you for it. Fuck off. Either way, I'm gonna stop because I don't want to be sued. But still, I mean, really? Good God. And I appreciate you, Angie. Look at you. Thank you, sir. He said good night, everyone. Good night to you. Good night to your beautiful babies. And your amazing wife, buddy. Yadi, thank you. Angie, I don't know how long you've been here, but I appreciate you for showing up. Look at that. Look at what my aunt said. Boom. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Yadi. You're absolutely amazing. Jessica. I mean, like, seriously, how do I do all this stuff without you, my friend? You know, that's all I'm saying. And everybody else who came through and participated with us, I appreciate you. Thank you, Ms. Yachty. Good night, dear. Tell Benito I said good night. You and no, thank you for coming. I appreciate you, my friend. I truly do. Thank you so much. And I am going to I will see you guys tomorrow night. That's what we're gonna do. Bye. Actually, hold on, I gotta send this out. And then bye. Bye.